gentlemen, this is Mr. Ukazu Henry live from New York City. As you guys know, I am your number one human capacity coach. Right, so my job here is to help you guys to really understand how you can really understand yourself and also unleash your potentials. So that is why I have this great topic titled how to understand yourself. Guys, do you know that one of the hardest things in life is to understand yourself? Let me repeat that. One of the hardest things in life is to understand yourself. It's just like managing a human beings. Human beings are very, very difficult to manage. Then if human beings are very, very difficult to manage, then the question that becomes, how do you manage a human being? But more especially, how do you understand someone? Because you can manage human being, but the bigger job there is understanding oneself. So my very good friends, today I would appreciate if you give me just like 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go through this topic on how we can understand oneself. I'm going to ask you a question, right? If someone should ask you today, who are you? What would be your response? Imagine, for instance, right now, you want to make a pitch, a business pitch to a high client person, maybe to a president, to a governor, or even to someone you have been dying to meet all your life. Maybe your life depends on that person, or your business depends on that person. And that person that gives you an opportunity, tell me about your business. What will be your response? In 30 seconds, tell me about your business. For example, also, you might be looking for a job and you go for an interview, and the interviewer will now ask you, tell me about yourself. What will you say? Now, these are hard questions to answer, if you get me. These are literally hard questions to answer. But understanding human being, trust me, is very difficult. Even you yourself, you cannot fully understand yourself because we are all evolving, right? We are all evolving, but it is good to have a little bit of understanding because once you understand yourself, trust me, you are on a pathway to solving life problems or even solving your own problems because identification of a problem is 50% solved. So I'm going to say to you guys today, to truly understand yourself, you must know your strengths, your weakness, your passion, your interest, and everything that you represent, but more especially what you stand for or what you represent in life. So, as a human being on earth, do you know that you represent something? You must have principles that will guide you. Just like you have passion, you have vision, you have interest, you must also have principles. There are things you will say, this is a no-no, this I will do, this I will not do. These are some of the ways that you could use to determine human beings. It's just like right now we have social media. People post all sort of things on social media. Trust me, there's a kind of news you want to gain right now. You will go to a particular page just to hear that news or that information. That is how life works. So, in understanding yourself, you must know your strengths, your weakness, your passion, what you can do and what you cannot do. That is why I said understanding oneself is an evolving process. Just like when a child is when you give birth to a well, let me say now, when a woman gives birth to a new child, you will agree with me that it takes different stages, right? From when the child is in the womb till when the child is delivered, from 9 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There's always a stage. Okay? So we are all evolving. That is why as we grow, we are meant to evolve. You cannot be the same thing for 20 years, for 30 years. No, you must evolve. That's the point I want you to understand. Understanding human being takes a process. And even you, to understand yourself, you must surely evolve. Right? Because if you are the same thing today and forever, trust me, you might not really enjoy life. Because life itself is a process. Alright? So as a human capacity coach, my job enables me to meet people from all over the world, to interact with people. And that is why most times when I sit down to really analyze why some people have been able to succeed, why some have failed. Now, the question now becomes, why did Mr. A succeed and why did Mr. B fail? Now, if Mr. A is able to succeed because Mr. A has been able to understand himself or herself, that's a plus. If Mr. A has been able to succeed because Mr. A has a mentor, that's a plus. If Mr. A has been able to succeed because Mr. A knows the foundation or his or her creator, that's a plus. That is why I said understanding oneself is a lifelong process. But for today's conversation, I'm going to be discussing with you few points on how you can literally understand yourself. Guys, trust me, once you have this basic understanding, life will be much more easier for you. We all want to make money. We all want to make impact in life. But the fundamental thing is you need to understand yourself, because once you understand yourself, then you will now be able to unleash your potentials. So the first point of call I want to stress is on the area of purpose. Purpose is very, very critical. When God was creating you on earth, God gave you an assignment, because your assignment is different from your purpose. Your assignment is meant to be fulfilled on earth, while your purpose was what God gave to you in heaven. So if God had said, my son, my daughter, I want you to be a governor, I want you to be a minister, I want you to be a president, I want you to be a teacher, to be a doctor, to be an engineer, and you're not came into the world to be something else, there's bound to be challenge, unless you now go back to your factory. I understand that sometimes in life you might do things just to get through in life, but at the end of the day, it's imperatively important that you understand your purpose, because once you work on your purpose, trust me, the universe has a way of aligning with you. I always use myself as a practical example. So I went to New York Law School, right? I read taxation law, but in all honesty, I was not wired to read taxation law. That was not my major, that was not my interest, but based on environment, advices, and influences. But when I now realized that I am more involved in humanity, trust me, I began to see progress and development. I always tell my friends, assuming I was in taxation law, I don't think I would have been in New York Times. I don't think I would have been in News 12. I don't think I would have even written my first book. Now I have a second book coming up. So understanding yourself is very, very critical. That is why I said you must know your assignment and you must know your purpose. Now, another way again that you can understand yourself is by being vulnerable. And what do I mean by being vulnerable? By being vulnerable means that you are free as air. You don't owe anybody anything. You are just yourself. It's just like when you are married, okay? A husband and a wife needs to be vulnerable. What are you going to hide? Share with your partner. There's no secrecy in it. This is a journey for life, right? So there's no need of you playing games of any kind to your partner. You have to be vulnerable. You tell your partner what I like and what I hate. Be vulnerable. Being vulnerable again means that you are your natural state. Do you know that only great men and strong leaders are vulnerable? Why? Because they share their pain, their experiences, and their concerns. You see through them. Now, most in our society, people have this outlook that they are perfect, they are strong, they can't fall, they're infallible. That's crap. As a human being, you have flesh and blood in you. And that is why it's always good for people to literally understand, to know that you too are human. I come down here every day and I speak every week and I write. People hear me, people call me, people reach out to me in different platforms. They think I'm a guru, I'm a wizard, I'm wisdom, I'm intelligence, just name it. But I always made them to understand I am a human being. I like myself as a pastor in the sense that we give out information, but do we really apply it? We're also human being. I speak about marriage, being a good guy, being a good lady, and stuff like that. But does that mean that tomorrow my marriage will not pack up? It's not. There's a possibility that my marriage tomorrow can pack up. That is life. Life happens. That is why pastors will always say, "Follow my words, but don't follow my actions." So the point I'm trying to share with you is that when you are vulnerable, it means that you are human. I'm here right now speaking. Does that make me a perfect man? Do you know if I fought with my wife like 30 minutes ago, I abused her, she abused me? Nobody knows. But I'm here and I'm speaking. Oh, he's a nice guy, he looks good, blah, blah, blah. That's crap. So being vulnerable means that you are a human being. So you have to learn. Another way, again, you can discover who you are is by being yourself. There's a great man I love, Oscar Wilde. He said, be yourself, others are taken. Let me tell you, it costs very little to be yourself. Being fake is very, very expensive. But once you are your true self, trust me, the right people that are meant to come to you, they will come and align with you. But once you are fake, the right people that was meant to come to you will depart from you. Why the real people that was meant to come to you will leave you. So, of what value will it be that you are trying to fake life? I understand that in our society we have to package. Yes, you have to package, dress nice, that looks nice, that is good. Right now, I'm here right now. You can see me, I'm well dressed, well polished. That's packaging right there. You gotta take care of yourself. But you won't say that because I'm real, you not come out being untattered on internet. It makes no sense. You write crap, you dance naked. That's crap. Right? So, but the point I want to emphasize is you have to be real to yourself, because for you to really understand yourself, you must take a deep thought to ask yourself, who am I? Because that is very critical. Another way again you can be yourself or you can understand yourself is by doing what makes you happy. All right, and I'm going to share this with you guys. There's a saying that circumstances don't say who you are, they reveal who you are. This is a universal principle of life. You know, people will say, oh, I am this, I am that. Maybe for guys will say, when I get married, I'm not going to cheat on my wife, I won't have a side chick. Let me tell you, you can never know a man until he gets married and live with her for 5 years. Or let me put it in a nutshell, you can never know a man until he gets married. Give him money, give him power, and give him women. If that man is able to overcome or manage those people, respect him. Doff a cap for him, because money, power, women, trust me, they will want to influence that man. I repeat that, money, power, and women might want to influence that man. So if a man is able to manage these three things, trust me, just doff your cap for him. So what am I trying to say is that in life, circumstances don't say who you are, they reveal who you are. So you have to do what makes you happy. For example, now I'm here now, right now I'm speaking. I love what I'm doing. I write, I speak, I mentor, I coach. I love what I'm doing. So these are the ways that you can understand yourself, because we're all different. We all have different gifts, talents, skills, and abilities. And every day we create new stuffs. So always give yourself that room for growth. Finally, again, I want to end by sharing with you guys a great way you can really understand yourself. And that is, how do you react? How do you react? Earlier on I said, circumstances don't say who you are, they reveal who you are. So for example, you are walking on the street, someone insulted you, how will you react? In public, in school, at work, how will you react? Even in your family, your wife provokes you, your husband provokes you, how will you react? You don't have to beat your chest to say, I'm not doing this, I won't do that. Let me tell you, until you have been in that situation and you're able to manage it, then you will have an idea of who you are. It's just like a man who sees a lady that is so weak, so vulnerable on the street, and he now helps this lady, right, without any string attached. And this lady was ready to commit with this man, to have sex with him or whatever, but this man refused. Again, that person, that man has integrity. Again, you see a man who is so broke, like he is literally broke, he has no money, she has no money, right? And this person now saw money on the street, like you saw $1 million, and you are broke. What will you do with that money? Will you keep that money, or will you return the money to the owner or to the government? What will you do? Or even to the police station? What will you do? Now, if you keep that money, that means you don't have integrity. So, how you react is dynamic, right? It is very, very dynamic. Okay, so don't say that, oh, I know myself. Look, until you have been in a particular situation, you will not say you know yourself. That's the point I'm trying to understand to you. But there are different ways that you could use to literally know who you are, right? So above all, to literally understand yourself, I'm going to say this to you guys. Go back to your creator, right? Go to your creator, because it's your God that made you. I liken human beings to be like a manual, right? So when you buy a new phone, you buy a new car, you buy a TV, or just buy any gadget entirely, it comes with a manual. So it's only that manual that can operate that gadget, true or false. And that is how human beings are. Human beings need to go back to their creator. For me, I believe in God. So I believe that the creator knows who I am. That when he was creating me, he made me for a purpose. That I must fulfill purpose. All right. But when you now leave your purpose, that becomes a challenge. It's just like if you want to know how Facebook works, who do you go to? You will go to Mark Zuckerberg because Mark Zuckerberg is the inventor of Facebook. Bill Gates, you guys know him, he's very good with software, right? So if you want to know the source or the origin of something, you have to go to that masterpiece. Just like I said, God is the one that created me and you. So you have to go back. That's for those who believe in God. For me, I believe in God. All right. So my very good friends, I thought it's nice to come and share with you these tidbits on how you can literally understand yourself. Now, this topic might sound so trivial, but trust me, it's very deep. Because once you understand yourself, you will know that there is more to you. But if you don't understand yourself, succeeding in life might be a challenge. So my assignments and my challenge to you guys today is daily, always listen to yourself. Okay? Listen to yourself on a daily basis. Do not be hard on yourself. If you make a mistake, that's okay. See it as an experience. See it as a learning curve. Tomorrow you will laugh at it. The worst thing that can happen to you is to live on regrets. So don't think, oh, because I have screwed up as a man or as a lady, as a parent, as a teacher, the life is over. No. Don't be hard on yourself. We are all evolving. I made mistakes yesterday. I made mistake 2 days ago. Last week, 10 years ago, 20. I might even make one mistake tomorrow. Nobody knows. But at each stage of your life, always appreciate the process. Appreciate the journey. Don't be hard on yourself. See that you are a human being, that you are open for growth. Trust me, when you do that, I strongly believe that you will understand who you really are. Your friends will tell you who you are. Your partner will tell you who you are. Your mentor will tell you who you are. A lot of things in the society will make you to reveal you to the world. We are all work in progress. I never believed I would be speaking like this to my friends every week, but it happened. I never believed I'll be writing every week. It happened. I never believed I'll be an author. It happened. I never even believed I'll have a second book coming up. It happened. That is just life. Life is a continuous process. So once you achieve one goal, you move to the other one. Continue to conquer new grounds. Continue to break territories. And at the end of the day, trust me, each and every one of us will come back tomorrow and we will appreciate how far we've come in life. So my very good friends, I want to thank you guys for coming up. Please, if you know this video will be of value to anyone, please kindly share this video. Tag your friends. Share this video to your friends. This video will be live here. I will save it. It will be on my Instagram. I also have it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Twitter. So feel free to invite your friends and share with them because knowledge shared pleases everyone. So as you have freely received, freely give. All right. So I hope you guys have been able to get one or two information from what I've shared with you guys today. For next week, I have another great topic. If you have any topic of interest, please feel free to send me a message and I'll be glad to share with you. So for now, this is Mr. Henry Ukazu telling you thank you for stopping by and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So bye for now.